The steering wheel controls which way the car goes, or in terms of the United States, the president controls the wheel, which determines if the U.S. is going in the right or wrong direction. Very much like the conflicts between the North and South that lead up to the Civil War, the gas, like the North, represents a faster, advancing viewpoint, vast industry, and growing human rights. The South, however, are like the brakes, more conservative and want to stick to traditional ideas like agriculture and slavery. When working in harmony, these two things can do great things. These two opposing forces are also like the dichotomies in Thoreau's speech in all of the readings, in many of the readings because they are the polar opposites of the car.
The wheels are like the U.S. forcing the natives out of their land and expand to the west. When the car is in drive, the wheels are always in turn. The Native Americans are moving in a different direction, as the car does, even if a foot is not on the pedal or the change in direction is unwanted.
Jefferson, Madison, Washington, Adams, and Jackson are the engines of the United States. The country relies on these people, just like the car relies on the engine. If the engine dies, the car will not go. If these figures do not perform, the country has no hope as well. The lights to darkness are Edgar Allan Poe to Gothism. Edgar Allan Poe brought to light dark subjects that were inspired by his life. Dark, depressing stories about murder, violence, and insanity were brought to light.
If an accident occurs in both the car or in the case of the Civil War, the reconstruction plans are here to save the day. The reconstruction plans help resolve a disastrous situation. The airbags serve the same purpose in a car accident.
Like the Andersonville trials, the mirrors act as a way to interpret things in the past. The way we see things in the mirror are due to our perspective, and so is Wirtz's innocence. Was he following orders, or did he have lack of morals? It's all up to perspective. Sometimes the mirrors may be fuzzy or blurred, like the weak testimonies by some of the witnesses.
Like the car manual, the Declaration of Independence of the U.S., as well as the Constitution, instruct on how to properly run the car or the country. When a problem arises, look no further for a solution.
Like nationalism and sectionalism, the bumper sticker showcases pride you have for either your culture, religion, political reference, or maybe just something you like or are interested in. Either way, it shows who you are and what you believe in. Unfortunately, the North and South had all different bumper stickers on their horse carriages. The windshield wipers are like the Emancipation Proclamation. The wrongdoings of the Civil War were wiped out like the windshield wipers do when there is rain. The Emancipation Proclamation provided a clean slate for some of the nation's past sins and troubles, as a windshield wiper would do with the rain. Despite this, there are still problems after the proclamation, just like how the wipers don't get all of the water off the windshield.
The road represents all things romanticism, endless possibilities, new paths, vast landscapes, all leading to the future. Like in Joyce Carol's old short story, Where Are You Going, Where Have You Been?, Connie rides off with Arnold Friend into the vast, huge landscape where a mysterious, unknown future awaits. The keys in the ignition are like the poetry of Freneau, Blake, and Wheatley. The keys are the spark or the start of the car, while these poets' works were the starts of ideas like transcendentalism and romanticism. The driver of the car is like the President of the United States. The President makes all of the decisions for the country, Like the driver makes all the decisions for the car. How fast the car or country should move, or which direction the car or country should move in.
The president must also be very friendly to his or her supporters, because if he or she wants to be re-elected, or if the driver wants to be able to go back on the road, the leader must show friendliness or safe driving to their fellow citizens.
As you can see, every single part of the car is extremely important for the final product of the car. The American Studies motor vehicle would not be able to run effectively if even one part of the car did not work properly.
This relates to the United States of America. Each aspect represented in this video is extremely important to how the U.S. runs. Like the car, the United States of America would not be able to run effectively if even one part of the structure of America did not work properly. Every event and every person who helped America become what it is today made it possible for people like us to live in a free and prosperous nation.